Talking safety and living the message on the farm go together like hand in glove. In this week's Agriculture Report, Gerard Lampow learns about a pilot project that's putting safety first.
So the main focus with AgSafe Alberta is protecting people on the farm.
For the last 5 years, Donna Trottier has been involved in ag safety. She's the extension coordinator with AgSafe Alberta, which was put together by Alberta Commodity Groups. She shared some of her experience at this year's Canadian Agricultural Safety Association conference. Marcel Haku is the executive director.
Well, agriculture is unique in a sense that a lot of families work and live on the farm, and also agriculture generally has never been part of the industry regulations. So farmers have always been focused on doing what they do best, and that's producing and with a get-her-done attitude.
I've got these gloves on because even as producers want to break all of the harvesting records, you still want to be safe. And that's the focus at the 23rd Annual Canadian Agricultural Safety Association Conference.
So the ultimate goal is that when a health and safety professional works with a farmer, they know what the solutions are, how to minimize the risk, how to manage the hazard.
The role of the Canadian Agricultural Safety Association dates back to 1995. Given the amount of new ag technologies, they bring health and safety professionals together to strategize best practices to deal with emerging risks. Some of the topics discussed were robotics and automated systems in dairy and sow barns. AgSafe Alberta, which has benefited from funding through Growing Forward 2, is a welcomed pilot project.
So you can have a AgSafe Alberta advisor come to your farm and help you implement and develop some safety programming.
And since it's a pilot project, the safety program is free. Trottier says the program helps ag producers to identify hazards and determine the controls you can put in place to reduce the risk. And Haku is encouraging producers to get the work done without becoming one of these statistics.
Farmers want to be the best at production. We want to see them be the best at safety also.
Gerard Lampow, Newcap News.
Well, United Way and CIBC teamed up this week along with elementary classes across Lloydminster for the annual CIBC coin drop.
Within the Lloydminster and District United Way, we collect money all year long. And we have a bunch of member agencies that support really great programs and services here in Lloydminster. So it's part of that.
Each class gets a treasure chest or a jar, and the students of the class can bring in coins, spare change, bills, and they fill up the jar. And the class that fills up the most jars gets a pizza party.
Although the coins are going to a great cause, the event is about much more than just the money.
I think it's really great for children to learn that there are people in our community that need a little bit of a help up, just that little extra helping hand. There's lots of children that see it regularly at school, but also that just in our broader community, there are people out there that need a little bit of extra help.
Maria and her classmates brought in more than $600 after only 2 weeks of collecting.
I found some change, some from my piggy bank. Some friends brought in, and yeah.
She also says she enjoys the feeling she gets from giving back.
You feel like you're helping others, and it's a nice feeling.
CIBC and United Way will continue to partner up in hopes of growing the event each year. Well, crews were busy today setting up for the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation's 17th Annual Gala that will take place tomorrow evening. This year's theme is Mission Impossible.
We've got an acrobatic bartender as you walk in. So they're suspended from an apparatus, and they will be serving wine as people walk in.
That's Mission Possible, rather. Brett Kissel will be headlining the event this year, with all proceeds going towards a new mental health program.
Project Sunrise is a mental health initiative. We partnered with the City of Lloydminster with their needs assessment. We've also been listening and doing stakeholder interviews, and we found that suicide is an incredible problem in our community.
The new project is part of the Health Foundation's commitment to add mental health as an important pillar within the Foundation's fundraising programs.
We talk about disease, we talk about sometimes terrible traffic accidents. We don't always talk about it when somebody decides that their only resort is to take their own life.
The gala has raised $2.6 million for various healthcare initiatives in the community since its inception. Addiction is a disease that can no doubt ruin lives and alter families for the worse. Oftentimes, children are the ones that suffer most. In this week's edition of Healthy Living, Darcy Ropjan takes a look at what the Thorpe Recovery Centre is doing to help children from homes of addiction.
When it comes to addiction counseling and recovery, there is often very little support for children. Thanks to an anonymous donation to the Thorpe Recovery Centre, a new 3-day program has been created to help kids address addiction issues in their home.
Working with families, working with young people, it's allowing them the education and the opportunity to understand the process of the disease of addiction, and also give them an understanding of what treatment and recovery looks like.
LeBrock explains that families tend to suffer in silence and secrets are kept. To a young person, it may feel like it is their fault that their parents are drinking and using drugs.
We really encourage people to reach out for help, speak to people like ourselves at the Thorpe Centre, and get as much knowledge and understanding as you can to support the loved one, but also to support yourselves through this process.
1 in 8 children who grow up in an addictive household will develop an addiction themselves. It's LeBrock's goal to help kids realize that they are at risk and to help them make healthy choices to cope with stress.
There'll also be group therapy and assignments and play and sort of experiential opportunities for the children, art therapy, play therapy, role playing.
The children's program will run from November 3rd to 5th. Kids must be accompanied by a guardian who has been sober for 90 days. Darcy Ropjan, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Previously, our Lance Phillips was at Armstrong Field talking to the Lloyd Comp Barons about their Wheatland Football League semi-final against St. Paul. Yesterday, Lance was at Holy Rosary discussing the Raiders' upcoming semi-final against Bonnyville. Now game times for the two tilts may have changed from Saturday to Friday, but the mood at Holy Rosary certainly hasn't.
Grab a quick drink of water. The Holy Rosary Raiders are, without question, a force in Football Alberta's Tier 3 system. The only blemish on their record, a season-opening loss to the Lloyd Comp Barons. Now, the Bonnyville Voyageurs stand in their way of yet another Wheatland Championship opportunity. And although the Raiders have already bested the Voyageurs, everyone knows about the threat Bonnyville brings.
They've got some athletes. Their quarterback is very athletic, throws a good ball, and they've got some very quick, athletic receivers. So if we start letting them run around and make plays on us, we could be in for a long day.
Just Silas escaping out of the pocket. Like, he can throw. I mean, he's accurate, he's got a good throw, but if he can get outside the pocket, he can run. He's super fast. He's a super fast kid. He's a great athlete all around.
Their QBs are really fast. Their outside games are really good. That'd be our biggest start. But once we have that contained down and once we have just the rushing in there, stuff like that, then we'll have it locked down pretty good.
But Holy Rosary isn't inferior by any stretch. The team's rookie quarterback is vastly improved. The backfield has strong runners. The defense may be the best in the WFL, and arguably the most important aspect of the game is an area where the Raiders have tremendous upside.
I'd say our front seven on both sides of the ball, our line, and then our D-line, our linebackers. I think, that line of scrimmage, I like the athletes we have in there. I like their aggressiveness. I like our size and speed. So I think that's one area we're going to focus on.
It's been one of the best offensive lines I've ever ran behind. They're opening holes no matter what, and even if they aren't, I can always find something. They've got something small for me. I can just fit through, and I just get through and get a couple of yards if I can.
With the team's biggest game of the year under 24 hours away, confidence among all involved is high, and it should be.
We did have a bit of a rocky start, just figuring things out, getting new people in new places, but now I think we've kind of got that down. We've offense is really good, defense is locked down, stuff like that. We've just really come together as a team and got things figured out.
I think we're right about where I thought we would be. I knew we were young coming in. We had some young guys at key positions, and it's been fun to watch them progress this year. Like I said at the start of the year, I wouldn't want to play us in October, and I think we're getting there.
I think we're a team to be reckoned with. And I think just because we lost to the comp, that everyone's going to think it's an easy go, but I think we're still a really good team. I think we're a great team.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
tight end, Mark, you go play right wide open.